Hi, my name is Michael Brew, and I'm an Adobe Certified Expert and a Certified Instructor in Illustrator. In Illustrator Part 1, Lesson 1, we look at the difference between a raster graphic and a vector graphic. Illustrator working best with vector graphics. We then look at the interface, and we set up for ourselves a basic workspace, and we look at how we can use some of the tools to begin our vector graphics. In Lesson 2, we look at how we can set up the interface for Illustrator, how we can create a document, set up our artboards and our artboard panel, and how we can use different sized artboards, which might be to create a business card, to also do the letterhead, to create the envelope, how we can use different size artboards and the artboard panel and the artboard tool to create those artboards. Illustrator is a program that works with vector graphics. If you need to create a logo, or you want to create cartoon characters, anything that uses lines and shapes, you'll want to create them inside of Illustrator. This is not a program that works with photos that you would create using a digital camera or some sort of other image catching device. This is where you're actually creating for yourself animation, line-drawn graphics. It is also where you could take a picture that you've taken with your camera and you could reduce it down to lines and shapes. You could take a person and make them into a cartoon using a technique in Illustrator called live trace, and then add colors to it by using live paint. Lesson 3 inside of Illustrator is how we can go in and begin to draw those basic shapes by using our shape drawing tools, or by creating our shapes by using path lines, anchor points, and our beginning point and our ending point to begin to use the lines to create our image, whether it's for a logo, whether it's for a cartoon, whether it's for something that we're going to be animating. Lesson 4 is all about text. Sometimes you have to put some writing inside of your illustration. So we see not only how to insert text in, but also to make the text follow certain lines, flowing text along a path. Once your text is in, you might want to change how the text actually looks. So going in and doing character formatting and paragraph formatting, as well as creating styles, so if text is found in different places within the illustration, that text could then be changed so that it's consistent from one place of the text to another place of the text. Sometimes when you're putting together a print ad, your text starts in one place and ends in another. So how to thread text. So as your text box ends and your text flows to another text box, that it flows consistently. We also see how we can balance columns within the text. Within the text chapter, we talk everything about text, how we change the text, insert the text, and make it so that it's consistent. Lesson 5 is talking about those objects that we've inserted in. How we can put our images in and link them so that they actually are live. If the image source changes the image, you've created it in another document, and you've imported it and put it inside of your print ad, how if the source image changes, the change is also inside of your print ad. We see how we can link those objects in and also work with the object properties box in changing the properties of the particular object. Lesson 6 shows us how each object has different components. We have the stroke, which is the bounding path around the image, and the fill, the color that's inside of it. Well, maybe that fill or that stroke needs to have a gradient where it goes smoothly from one color to another. So we see how to create the gradient and apply the gradient. An object could have multiple strokes and multiple fills. When you take those multiple strokes and multiple fills and you put them together, you've created a graphic style. Illustrator comes with some pre-made graphic styles. we see how we can use the graphic style panel not only to take the ones that Illustrator have, but the graphic styles that you've created and apply them to different objects. So in Lesson 7, your print ad is almost done. You have a little bit of more work to do with your text. So we'll see how to wrap text, how to make sure that it's flowing correctly, balancing columns. And then because your ad is done, we can get it ready for the web, we can get ready for print, and we can get it ready as if it were going to go to an electronic document for your iDevices and your Android devices. We also use how to get your illustration, your print ad, or whatever you've created, whether a logo or whatever project you've created, and put it to a PDF. The various and sundry ways of creating a PDF. My name has been Michael Brew, and I've walked you through Illustrator Part 1. If you have any further questions about Illustrator Part 1, you can contact your account executive or career consultant who would be very happy to answer those questions. We hope to see you in class.